I'm gonna come. Okay, I hope once again I'm loud enough. Okay, this is being recorded on the 20th of November, but the goal is to still create one for another one for today. I want to count this as yesterday. Like I'm doing this because I didn't do it for yesterday's. So I don't know how long it's gonna go. I hope 10 minutes, but it might go longer. We'll see what happens. I have to show you something. Okay, so this is the coloring book, because I know all the babies wanted to see the coloring book I got. Is this one. So it says, I don't know if the letter, you can see the lettering properly, but it says Crayola Big Book of Stories, Nursery Rhymes, Fables, and Fairy Tales. Oh my god, you know what I wanted to do last year? I actually filmed it. Wow, I have no shame. I burped just like openly. Wow, okay. Whatever. Sorry. Like, oh my god. Okay. Anyways, so I wanted to actually film that. I had a bunch of storybooks because my kids wanted me to read to them telepathically, and so I got a bunch of storybooks for children, and I was reading one of them. And I wanted to film me doing a story time for them because they really wanted me to read them stories, and that's one of the things I want to do. I'll do that when I stop sleeping. But anyways, and I want to start doing this thing. You know, some Instagrammers. I don't know what there's like booktube. There's like other tubes. There's so I don't know what to call it. But one of the hobbies that sometimes is on Instagram is coloring, and I'm gonna do that. So whenever I color a page, I think what I'm gonna do is it might not. Be, I want to do it every day, but until I stop sleeping, I can't guarantee it. Even though I'm gonna try to. Obviously, I always try to. I don't have crayons yet, so when I get the crayons, saving up. So when I get the crayons, this thing gets opened and it starts being colored. Hopefully, unless they're brainwashing, because they did brainwash me for a year not to get a coloring book. Anyways, and the reason why I got this one is, I mean, there were a couple that I really liked. I'm not promoting Crayola. Yes, it's still in its packaging. Yeah. The reason that I got this one, it caught my eye because it said stories, and some of my kids' last thoughts were that they really wanted to read them a story. So reading books is extremely important to them. Me reading to them visiting a safe place filled with books and libraries. I think some of my kids going with me to the library is one of the most happiest things they can do, honestly. And to them, it's their heaven. And yeah, so this is for my babies. And yes, there are adult coloring books, and yes, I want to get them, but I want to get basically every single coloring. I'm kind of obsessed with things. Um, I like to go all out, if you haven't noticed. I mean, I think you haven't noticed. I mean, maybe you have noticed, but it's because, well, if I'm not possessed, I go all out in everything. Absolutely everything. This is how I am. I'm not like, a serial killer or anything. What we're doing is not called murder, it's called justice. There's a difference between murdering an innocent and murdering someone who's absolutely guilty and is a threat to society. We're killing people that are a threat to society. Oh, I have something to say. Something good. Okay, anyways, so that's a book. And the thing is, I made sure that, okay, I'm not sure if this is the thing for, I have to eat every 5 minutes or consume something, or my body just, no, not good for me. The thing is, I'm glad I'm inside though at night now, because I stopped eating outside during the nights, when I was outside, when I was on the streets, because of pimps. Because then they poisoned me to make me go, like, I wouldn't be able to drink more because I would have to go to the washroom, right? And there's no public washrooms open in the middle of the night. But now, there's one right here. Even though there's cameras in it, which is not helpful. Okay, so I always check for the books, even like the books I read. You guys know I don't read any books that were published after January 2021 because I don't want to be student, and I try not to read books that are printed after January 2021 or not. So I hope this was printed after before 2020 because it says copyright 2020. It said it was created in 2020, September 2020. So which means it wasn't Sunyam. I think. I'm not sure. So obviously, I made it because my babies want. I know what they wanted to get the same color book and color together and everything. So obviously, Army Dash Virtual Warriors. Can you please confirm if this is Sunyam or not? Cause I'm going to get rid of Sunyams when I'm with Appa. Yeah. Okay, there's that. I miss baby a lot. I was crying yesterday and then they tried to make me sleep because I was crying. Like, calm down. I was gonna say. Oh, okay. Okay, so you know the things that are the very threat to existence of that are the threat to the very existence. It sounds like I'm saying a freaking like a riddle, what like not a riddle. What is it called? Tongue twister when I talk sometimes, because that's what they've done to my head. Okay, but anyways, no, it sounds like a tongue twister. I'm just gonna say it. Okay, so who you know those things that are a threat to the very like existence of society? I found something else out. Okay, they don't have rights, like any rights at all. Their rights, Charter of Human Rights or whatever, or Freedom of Rights, whatever rights a basic human has or a basic animal has, they have none of it. None of it. Okay, which is good because they can't exercise those rights at all. They don't own anything. They don't own anything. Their property or their whatever they own, whatever they buy, whatever, if they have a car or something, or if they have money, they don't have a right to that money that they earn. They don't have a right to it. They don't have the right to, it's not their money. That right is stripped. They don't own any possessions. They don't own any places to live. If they're renting, legally, that place isn't theirs to rent. They have nothing. That's a legal thing, so we can exercise that. Those and Abizami Dash Virtual Warriors, please double check that. And yeah, so we can, yeah, exercise those rights and use it for advantage. Because we can literally take everything away from them, and I think we should. See, you know how I told you guys? Remember at Starbucks once I went to the washroom and some pimp was near my table trying to get my stuff. It was only for a minute, but I went back and quickly because that guy was sketchy. Something was off. It was a brothel, obviously. Oh my god, I can't believe I was frequenting brothels before. Like, not to do anything, obviously, just to like, because they were public places that were supposed to be cafes and libraries and community centers and normal places that they've turned into brothels and dungeons because of their screwed up souls. And anyways, so remember how I told you to make them, strip, like, to take their houses, take their jobs? They don't have jobs. Whatever they have aren't jobs. They have no legal right. It is against the law for them to have a job, money, or any sort of possession. Anything. So it's very easy actually now, since that law is there. It's very easy to strip them of everything. Not strip their clothes, obviously. I'm not like that. Even though they have made the pimps believe we are, which is it just shows they have no critical thinking skills. Because if we didn't do it for eternity, then how do we just? They just think we do certain stuff because of the manipulation Rana, Vijay Devarakonda, Tamanna, and Parallels, and Sahana, and what's our other face? Ram Charan do. They made them think all this. They're manipulating everything in the background. Do you see why I keep repeating their names? And Yoga Lakshmi. There you go. She's secondary, but I still hate all of them. I can't deal with them. You know what that little thing said once? We were sharing lockers, unfortunately. Apparently now I had figured out that she was looking through my stuff when I was sharing lockers in high school. Apparently, so many of my high school mates, who, the good ones, wanted to share lockers with me, and they were never able to because of her. Anyways, one time I was going to Meridian account, bank account. You know these banks? Meridian bank account tried to make sure I don't have a bank account. They tried to close my bank account because I didn't have a, like, I was, on the streets. They tried to close my bank account. The branch, what's the branch called? I don't care if I say this. The branch near Aaron Mills, Folkway Drive. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. Whatever. Try to close my bank account when you're stealing my money. Because it just said low balance. That just means thousands of dollars were stolen today by Vijay Devarakonda, head of the hacking probably. Abhizamir Das Virtual Warriors, clarify that. He's still stealing my money. Proof right there. It says low balance. You guys sent me thousands and thousands of dollars today. And several days before. For 10 years. How is it low balance? How? I have enough money for the week. Don't worry. I have another bank account with enough money that I transferred from this account to that account. So I have enough money for the end of the month to eat and survive. I just save up kunjam for like coloring books and everything. And chargers. I need a charger because they're screwing up my charger because they're psychotic. Who the heck screws up chargers and laptop chargers and phones because they're scared they're gonna die because if I have one? It's not my problem. That's why he hacks it. He thinks he's gonna die if he doesn't hack it because he dies if I have electronics. That's his fucking pagalness, man. Soul pagalness, like not mine. It's annoying. Anyways, whatever. You guys don't know I don't talk like this about every single person, but if I'm angry and if it comes out, it comes out. That's it. And what is it gonna say? So we can exercise that because when we take away everything, one, it's not theirs to begin with. So if we take away everything legally, you guys can look at the process for that in each country, in each region, because that is the law everywhere internationally. So if you look up the law for that, it's easy now. It's much easier because whatever money they have, we can take all that. Whatever money they have loaned out in mine and Appa's name and in everyone who they've killed or who they're blackmailing, we can take all that money because that is not theirs. Legally, we have the right to take all of it back. All of it. This is why they didn't want me to watch the movie today because I finished the movie on the dot at 11:51 p.m. because I woke up at 3 and then I was doing stuff and I was posting and blah yada 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 and I was doing laundry and dishwasher stuff and you get what I'm saying. I don't like it if they shit in my dishwasher. I have to fucking do a cycle every single time in my washer, in my dishwasher, to clean everything out, and then I put the stuff in, and then I have to make sure it goes on a double cycle for my stuff because I need to make sure there's no fucking defecation on it because DJ live upon our stupid powers of hiding anything, hiding blood, hiding injuries. That's not good for me health-wise. And defecation, like if I could see that, they wouldn't do it. That's his thing. That's why I hate his powers of hiding defecation. What type of power is that? What type of power is that in order to make someone become like that? He uses that power. That's what I mean. The intention of that power is for someone to be defecated on and not know that they're or stuff to be defecated on. It's to have utter crap in your life, basically, literally, and not know it. Like that is quite disgusting and repulsive. This is what angers me. Okay, and he does it constantly. I hate him. It is a fact. I can't do anything about it. Whatever. I can't change my feelings for him. I hate him. Oh my god, I was on okay, so that's what I'm saying, that if we take away everything, all that money, because it's billions and billions of dollars, this money, we can get direct access to their bank accounts. Anyone who denies it, we can arrest them on the spot and take their access to everything too. That's what whoever denies access to anything for us is a from those specific criminals that I was talking about, to their information, whether it be a bank employee, whether it be a security guard, a police officer, a fake one, a corrupt one I'm talking about, corrupt ones, or any other worker or whatever who refuses to give you information regarding those criminals that I talked about, we can strip them of everything too. And whoever tries to stop that, we strip them of everything, not clothing. Obviously, they're trying to make me say that, but it's quite to make me sound like a rapist when I'm not. We can take everything away from them, absolutely everything, because they would be, what's it called, accomplices, right? Which means that they are also aiding in their mission of destroying society and are working with them to threaten the existence of society. So, hello, they kind of have to listen to you because they have zero rights. I just want to be with you I can do this if I'm with you and Appa. Just ella mudinjadu. Your world is saved. And apparently, okay, you guys are stopping the world from ending when I'm alive, and when I die, the world is ending. Right? That's what's going on? Or is my Monday not clearly comprehending this because they're trying to make sure I don't know what's going on? 98%. Yes, my phone is always on charge. I don't know if the healthiest for my phone, but like they've screwed up my phone. There's a fucking gap in my phone between the battery and the case, like the back case. You know the back of a phone, normal, not the case that protects the phone, but the back of a phone. So adukku battery ku periya gap irukku. That's why that happened, because I wasn't watching the movie 7 days a week. So I have to watch 7 days movies 7 days a week in order to make sure I have a phone, because there are a lot of mannangattas. What do I do? Oh my god, I snapped at the neighbors today. They didn't even come out because they were too afraid to. And they threw their bike onto the ground. You guys probably have heard of this. Because they put fucking shit on my, like, no, I don't like littering. It's basic human decency. It's common sense. And that's the thing I was saying. What I did right there is completely legal because they don't have a right to that bike. Whatever house they're staying in right now, they don't have a right to that house. They are legally not entitled to live in that house. They are legally not allowed to live in that house. Whoever is living in that house. Whoever has signed the rental agreement to live in the house isn't legally supposed to be there. And it's not just them, anyone who is there as well, but they're also the ones who live there are the ones who are sheltering them in order to stop me. So I don't appreciate that either. And when I go outside, I create a freaking obstacle course because I realized they can just jump over the fence and come in here. But if I was walking very quickly, so it takes like a minute to go to the recycling area and then a minute back to go, like, bitches just made non-female dogs, evil non-female dogs just made sound over there. They tried to make me point to me. What the fuck is wrong with them? Everyone hates them. I don't get how they don't get that yet. Anyways, okay, it takes a minute to go to the recycling and it takes a minute to come back here, right? And so I realized what I have to do is that I just have to create a blockingness thingy with everything here to make sure they don't get to where my food is, right? And if they need to get to there, it's going to take more than a minute from all the obstacles that I created and the thing I created in front of the thing, right? Because they have to move the furniture, they have to move everything and then put them back in order to pretend like they weren't here because they're still trying to hide the fact that and trying to make me forget what all the disgusting terrorism that's going on right now. They're trying to point to me again. What the fuck? Wow, they're pathetic. Because the blame is going to be on to them. And so it will take more than it'll take more than 2 minutes for them to fix everything, right? Which means they can't come in and poison my food when I leave for 2 minutes. And then I go outside and there's litter over there, and no, it's not okay. It's absolutely not okay. There's just a bunch of litter on that side, and yes, some of it was there before I moved in, but some of it is there after I came back here, which is unacceptable because I live here now and I don't accept that on the property I rent. No. Hell no. Like, my house, the place I'm in, isn't a garbage bin. And if you want to dump a garbage onto a country or onto a village or onto a town or onto a city and make it a garbage dump, make your fucking body a garbage dump first. And then, if you're alive past that, have the guts to do it to other people. What the fuck is wrong with these psychos? I call people, you know who I call psychos? I don't do it by the mental term. By psychos, I call them soul psychos. Soul, atma plecha. That's what I call psychos, okay? I want to clarify that because I don't want to hurt anyone good that has a mental illness, because they don't go around killing innocents or raping anybody. They don't rape, period. No matter what mental illness a good person has, they do not abuse. That's how you can tell the difference between a good person that has a mental illness and a bad person that has somebody that has a mental illness. They do not hurt. They do not kill an innocent. They do not rape an innocent. They do not abuse an innocent. You know, they will say, some konjam atma palachas who are psychiatrists will say, no, but that's part of the symptoms. No, your konjam atma palachal is what you are, and you shouldn't have a psychiatrist degree or certification. That is the bottom line here. And then there's a bike there, and I just threw it down. It landed half the stairs because I had to go up the stairs to get to the bike. I yelled and they didn't come out. What do you want me to do? There was no face off. I wouldn't mind a face off. I wanted to see what would happen. I wanted to see how I would react, because if I wasn't upset, they'd be killed. I wanted to see how I reacted, because in every single situation they put me in, while they're trying to kick me off the bus for taking pictures or for kicking me out of Sheridan brothel, Hazel McCallion campus, I did something with that, right? I did a movement with that. A movement happened. A global movement happened, right? You guys hunted colleges and post-secondary institutions that were brothels and dungeons, and for these pimps, some of you arrested them, right? It was horrifying what happened to the pimps that tried to kick me off buses, that tried to create drama over me taking pictures, and they have no right. They have no legal right, no human right. They don't have any human rights. They have no right to tell me that I can't take a picture of them. They don't have that right. They lost it the second they became a threat to the existence of society. They don't have that right either. Abhi Zarmida, spiritual warriors, please fact check that. Thank you. Is there anything else I want to say? It's 19 minutes. I hope I create another one today. I just have to keep saying intuition and focus. Yeah, obviously of course worked. That's a great idea. And I was trying to make sure I didn't stress. So that works. What else is there? Coloring book. I have a bunch of chocolate on my thing. I'm not promoting anything related to that at all. Um, I don't know what else to say. Coloring books there, backpacks over there. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. Oh yeah, so I was saying I was gonna start something on Instagram. You know what I want to do eventually? I've seen these videos. Once again, I'm not promoting them because I haven't seen any good Instagrammers doing it. I've just shuffled through the content, go through the content in order to see what I like and what I enjoy and what I want to do and find good people who do that. But I haven't found any yet. Right? A good animals that do that, and I haven't found any yet. And so basically, I'm coming closer so that you guys can hear me louder. And watch it. If it says not recorded afterwards, yo, whatever. And yeah, I don't appreciate anyone putting bullets in my baby's head. I've killed some of them. I don't. Oh, okay. I haven't finished the thought that about the stripping everybody of their houses and all the money and whatever, right? This means that if you take the zillions of dollars that they are taking or that they are stealing, yes. So I wanted to check what I would do that with that face off. Yeah, they didn't come out. I was yelling and yelling and yelling, and they didn't come out. So their bike went down. They litter, their bike goes down. I was very glad that I wasn't possessed enough in order to do that at least. I hope it broke. Once again, they can't complain because they have no legal right over that bike. They have no legal right over this bitch is just made evil non-female dogs made sound. Yeah, they have no right over the property they stay at. They have no right over anything. So technically, they have no right to be even alive. Actually, they don't. They're supposed to be killed by law. So whatever. And then some next thing you guys know, it made sound over there because I was going inside like, you're a terrorist. Calm down. You have no right to even do anything. You have no right to move. You have no right to talk. You have no right to make sound. Like that was intimidating harassment straight up. And that was harassment. And they're already supposed to be killed. Whoever's doing that. So that's not really good for their criminal record. Because it's be whatever they are doing, that person is doing, is being recorded continuously on a list on our news channel and other places that you guys have posted. Abhi's Army Virtual Warriors have posted this, and that's not good for them. And if they don't understand that, okay, go ahead. No, don't understand it. You'll be killed. That is the end of story here. One day, as we continue this killing for justice, we don't kill innocents. We never kill innocents. And if they kill innocents, claiming to be Abhi's Army Virtual Warriors, which means they probably raped as well, they are not Abhi's Army Virtual Warriors. That's how you know. If they raped, they are not Abhi's Army Virtual Warriors, and every single one of these fake ass things over here, over there, around here, everywhere in the world, whoever in space and multiverse or whatever, pretending to say they're Abhi's Army Virtual Warriors. Are they going to say that in space? No, they're not saying that in space because they'll kill everybody by then. Or when we go to space, by the time we go to space and save multiverse. But the point is, everybody bad, I meant, that has contributed to this situation that we are, this apocalyptic situation we are in now, since January 2020. It's so preposterous that no one has ever, other than my crew, other than Abhi's Army Virtual Warriors, no one has ever notified us that a fucking apocalypse, a fudging apocalypse was going on for the past 5 years. That is some psychotic stuff. What is psychotics are trying to run the world? I don't get this, man. These pimps are like, it still says low balance. I get so mad when I see that. It's because your hard-earned money is going to waste, being stolen by Vijay Deverakonda. I'm sorry, it was being stolen by him before January 2020. So he stole millions from me, millions. And he's walking around, talking like a friggin', acting like he's Shivan, and he's not. He's anti-Shivan. And I have no problem with people who don't believe in Hinduism or Shivan or Shakti. That's not my thing here. What I'm trying to say is that he is an extremist and he's trying to kill Shivan. Not trying to, yes, he's trying to kill Appa blatantly, which is automatic death in my book. It's automatic killing in my book. So you never Pavampaka, man. You never Pavampaka. For these Mandangatas, they'll say, this is what they say. They'll say they have children. They'll say, I did it for money because I had no money. They'd give you excuses and excuses and excuses, and if you let them live, they'll come back in another life to kill you. They will. So kill them now. That's it. And this wouldn't have happened if I had killed all of them when I had the chance, because I palm pocketed and let them when the gun was right to their head or when the sword was right to their chest. I palm pocketed when they begged me, because they had children. Okay, well, I'll take the good children, you go die. That's what I would have done. If they're bad children, I don't care. They'll be like, oh, I have a wife and I have a family to take care of. If they're good, I'll take them. You can die. That's it. That's what's gonna happen now. That's it. That's all I care about. And if they're not good, fuck off. I don't care what happens. Fudge off. And then that's when did that, huh? Okay, basically, let me finish my thought. The pimps, because they're trying to stop me from saying this, because it's huge, right? So basically, if you take the zillions of dollars that they're taking to create all this damage in the multiverse and the universe, because I think the universe is ending right now, and I'm just, it's horrible that we're not able to quickly go to Mars, Neptune, Uranus, and everything in order to save everybody, because they're trying to end those planets. It's horrible, and I need to stay awake so I can go to these planets and save them. Us, everybody. Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna willingly go until I'm with that class. So, thank you very much, because they're trying to make me say it. Because see, they need my permission to kill me. Apparently, only if I say I want to get killed, only if I say all this stuff, they're actually able to do it, or else they're not. So this is how pathetic they are. So they make me say it when I'm possessed, or else I don't say it, and they're trying to make me say that I want to go be stranded on space right now. That's what they're trying to. They twist my words. This is what they do. Do you see what I mean? They're pathetic. Pathetic beings. Pathetic creatures is what they are. Anyways, and they're gonna misconstrue this entire video because that's what they do. But hello, you guys know that whatever I say it straight up. I say it clearly as much as possible. I don't go beat around the bush. No, I don't. I say it whatever. I say it as is, and that's it. So thank God for that, for my straightforwardness. And so, if we take all the money, they have no money, which legally they have no right to. Right, so we can legally take it, and so they won't have any money to cause any damage. Is basically what I'm saying. And they'll try to take out more money, and then we just take that money. They try to take out more money, we take that money. That's all we're gonna do. We keep it in a place where they can't have it, touch it, basically. And these Army-Special Warriors, you guys will obviously know what to do with that money. So yeah, just make sure it doesn't go to their hands again, or whatever place. We have every right to lock up any place they call home. Because it's not theirs, and we have every right to make sure they don't get it. And this way, because these pimps and terrorists, they have certain qualifications to become terrorists and pimps, and like in a sense of like multiversal terrorists, to have the money for that, to have access to those resources, yeah. And some of it is, if you don't have enough money, if you're not, some people, it's, I think, I'm not sure exactly, I'll be Army-Virtual Warriors, please write that down. And I think for some of it, it's, if you don't have a house, if you don't have a living situation, if you don't have a stable home, if you are on the streets, you can't. I already told you this, right? So yeah, there's that. So exactly, that's what we're doing here. So if we pull them under the rug with their, I hope that made sense, with their financial situation, then if they can't focus on their own finances, then they won't be able to focus on terrorizing the multiverse. That's it. Okay, it's almost 30 minutes. I think that's it for my rant. I don't know what this is. Rant, whatever. Yeah, oh my god, okay, Instagram. Okay, there you go, and then I'll go. Instagram, so there's this coloring stuff that they do, right? For like, it's like simple coloring and adult coloring they do. So what I was thinking of doing is, like, for now, I will like take a picture of the empty one that I'm gonna start drawing, and then I'll show the finished product after I start coloring. And I'm just gonna do what I feel like on the coloring. That's it. You guys don't have to follow the same things. Absolutely not. You guys can do whatever you want. If that's doing the same thing, it's okay. If it's doing something different, that's okay, because it's just if we do different things, or if we do same things, it just shows how many different ways we can turn one image into something else completely. It's just so cool. I find it cool. I find it very, very cool. And I love coloring. It's for my babies, and I hope when I stop sleeping, I wasn't crying, but I think I might. I hope I do. That's how I'm gonna be alive if I cry. They made sure I didn't feel, because I used to cry all the time before January 2020, and now I can't cry. Thanks to certain things. Anyways, so, I mean, I wish I stay awake because I want my babies who did commit suicide to watch me color. It'll make them very happy. Yeah. And I'll be telling you Virtual Warriors, if these pimps have made them, I mean, they might have reincarnated, but they are trying to make them, the pimps are trying to make them reincarnate into horrible lifetimes. And so, whatever lifetime they are in, like horrible or not, right now, if you're able to get them, that would be great. If they are reincarnated, I would highly appreciate that. And yeah, I'm just thinking about the ones that we did get that reincarnated and they killed. Well, they're gonna reincarnate again, so have fun dying. The ones that killed them. Oh, anyone that killed Abizabi Virtual Warriors were the ones that have murdered our kids who reincarnated again and that we got, or that we didn't get as well. Please kill them. The ones that killed and raped and tortured our children. Please kill them. We have every legal right to. Hope this video makes waves. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, I was gonna say when I start staying awake, I wanted to do the process of showing you guys how while coloring. It's gonna be crayons for now, but I think you can do pencil crayons, and there's so many other things you can do. Yeah. For now, it's just crayons, but maybe I'll do stuff afterwards. Anyways, yeah. It'll take a while though, because I still have to get the crayons. I don't know how long that's gonna take. Might take a couple of weeks. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, I have ideas. I have so much. I've had ideas for a year now, at least. No, I've had ideas since I was 16, probably before that. And now they just ruin everything. But okay, I'm gonna try still. Okay. Anyways, Najib alaikum. Thank you.